Well, Patricia, it's an innovative project here in the Lower Shankill, and it's actually being driven by the kids themselves.
I think it's not just innovative, I think it's cutting edge. I think this is a beacon of hope for all children and young people across Northern Ireland, particularly around the issue of participation. This is about young people taking ownership of their community and proving to the adults that they have a part to play.
Obviously, when you look around the estate, it does need work done to it.
It does, and I think that it's not just about the children and young people in the area doing some of that, but it's the collective of the community coming in behind them and actually making a difference. But I think that for me, this is about young people taking the role of leadership and showing the adults and the rest of the community that they have a part to play and they can actually make a difference.
And the importance of good and proper play for children is being recognised across Europe now.
Of course it has, and we hope in Northern Ireland that we're not left lagging behind. In 2007 I went out to a huge consultation, met with over 2,000 children and young people to ask them what they wanted me to work on over the next 3 years. The biggest issue for them was play and leisure and things to do, and we're now working on that, and we hope to work with the kinds of groups here as well to ensure that that happens in the next 3 years for children and young people.
After a long time and a lot of hard work, there are a lot of things now happening in this area which are good for the people who live here and will build this area up for future generations. This event today is very welcome, but it's part of a programme, and we need to see the fruition of that. And I think the other thing that we must say is that we need further help from Margaret Ritchie from DSD. We need further intervention in this area in terms of housing, in terms of the regeneration of this estate. And if this estate is to go anywhere, and indeed if the Girdwood and Crumlin Road jail developments are to go anywhere, then that intervention needs to come soon.
This is the second most deprived area in Belfast. I mean, obviously, young people are very important and their development's very important.
Young people are our future. They are crucial to the future of this estate. We need to see facilities for them. We need to see improved facilities for the primary school as well, for the nursery school. We need to see an improved pupil-teacher ratio so that we can tackle the educational problems in the area. We need to see new housing and the regeneration of housing within this area. All of these things are absolutely vital, and we've spent a lot of time planning. Now we need direct help from the Minister.
Obviously all those issues are very important, but they're going to take money. Is that money available?
Well, it's for the Minister to prioritise her budget. She has a very substantial budget, which she spends in all sorts of ways. It's up to her to prioritise the budget. If she wants to see the Girdwood plan go ahead, if she wants to see success in this area, then she cannot leave pockets of deprivation, and she must then intervene. Prioritise her budget, have faith in this area and have faith in the people in this area.
William, you've lived in this area your whole life. Obviously, Lower Shankill, a very deprived estate. It's good to see some action beginning to happen here.
Yes, I think credit has to be given to the local community here who have got themselves organised and motivated and are actually going out and demanding that local government and the central services from central government deliver in this community. That's very, very important. I have to say, as a member of the Parks Committee and City Council, I'll be speaking to officials in the parks to make sure that the services that we provide here are maintained, that the cleanliness is monitored and the safety is monitored so that kids can play in this area in safety and their parents have peace of mind.
You're one of the few politicians that's made it here today. I mean, so often down through the years, the Shankill's been ignored by politicians.
Yeah, I think historically the Shankill hasn't been treated well by politicians. I think, however, the community have responded by taking the action themselves. I support them absolutely in that effort and will do all I can to help them. Traffic calming is a major issue here. I've been speaking with the DRD to get traffic calming measures put in North Boundary Street and Denmark Street. They'll be coming on stream in the not too distant future. We've got to work to make sure that this area, close to the city centre, if this was any other city in the United Kingdom, this would be a haven for people. This community has been neglected for too long. This community needs an injection of funds. It needs a concentration of minds from local and central government, and this community needs to be improved.
Obviously, I mean, this estate in particular is still recovering from the troubles, 35 years of violence here in Northern Ireland. Do you think that is a factor in the way the children are being brought up here?
Definitely. Definitely, and I think it's just important now to make a lot of efforts to give children these opportunities to play, to start, let's say, a new kind of approach of living, a new view on our society. Yeah, and they should learn that while playing, to create another atmosphere in this area, for example, for adults and children, both together, that they have the feeling, if we work together, we can really change things. Yeah. Step by step, of course. It's not just, you can't change that in 1 year. It has to do with mentality, it has to do with history, with culture. So it takes a lot of time, but here there are a lot of opportunities to do that, I think.
And it's great that the children themselves are taking leading roles in this project.
It's necessary that children are seen as actors in society, in this community, and that adults also regard children being actors, and that they cooperate on that. Children need these adults, of course, but adults also need these children. We should be aware of that. Children are bringing a lot of fun in society and a lot of nice feelings for parents, for grandparents, etc. So it's very important. And I just think about the youngsters, the teenagers, let's say from 10 to 15. This is the group we often forget. This group is really so important, and if they are growing up in an area, in a quarter where they feel at home, yeah, then even at the age of 15 they will feel at home, and there's a lot less vandalism, etc. So it's their area, and you should take care of your own area. That's what they learn if they can grow up while playing in this area.
According to Northern Ireland Assembly, they have got a play strategy, a 10-year strategy for kids' play. So we're hoping that this is going to form part of what we're doing here today. There's a 10-year strategy for physical sport, physical education, things like that. These are things that's all got to be implemented here in the Lower Shankill. There's a play park there at the Hammer. There's been kids chased with men with masks. There's a fella been found hanging that. Up till we started, the kids couldn't get into it for the dogs darting the broken glass, but we have been putting pressure on the council, we've been putting pressure on street lighting, putting pressure on everybody really to try and get these things solved. And it has begun to work. We can see with the turnout we've got here today that people is getting interested because we are being heard. The residents' voice is getting heard now.
I think the group wants two things to be done following this event. The first is that they'd like to see some action on these issues that they're highlighting today, so that those things are fixed and that they're kept fixed for the future. But the second thing is that there's a new play policy which is going to be coming out from OFM DFM in the near future. And one of the things that's interesting is that quality of play is not mentioned at all in that draft play policy. And so they want to make sure that there are standards in place so that not only can their community make sure these things that address quality of play are fixed, but also that other communities across Northern Ireland can make sure that those issues are also addressed in line with international human rights standards.
There's glass that's been laying there for 6 months. Oh, it's not very much to ask. All I want the government to do is fix it, is to clean it up and help it stay fixed.